For those who don't know who you are or what this issue of being arch nemesis is about, what could you do to inform our listeners and viewers about who you are and what our relationship might be?
All right. Well, we have many disturbing similarities in that we did fairly well in school. We got our PhDs, but then we left academia but maintained an interest in fundamental physics and kept pursuing this on our own. However, there are some distinctions in that you went into the finance world and I went into being a surf bum.
Yes, that's not that similar. Also, you have a PhD in physics proper, right, whereas I have one in mathematics. So I would say advantaged Lisi, but then I have one from a more typically powerhouse school. You have one that's a little bit off of that main corridor that maybe caught up in string theory and the fads that propel the field. But I think what's been very interesting to me is that in all of theoretical physics, which everyone is quite interested in, you still find people publishing books on quantum theory and all of the spookiness, weirdness, and beauty that constitutes theoretical physics. It feels to me that almost no one is pursuing actual theories of everything. We talk about theories of everything all the time, but that the courage to actually put forward anything that even remotely resembles a theory of everything, almost nobody's willing to do that. Would you say that that's a fair statement?
Yeah, it's a very fair statement. And the main reason for that is because it's such a hard problem that you pretty much have to be a megalomaniac just to tackle it or to think you have a chance of succeeding at it.
Well, I think that's a weird statement. Like if you're going to throw away your life on issues of theoretical physics, what is it that you would imagine people would think that they were doing? Like if you're not going for the brass ring, why enter that field?
Well, I think that a lot of people in physics are doing the usual thing where they encounter a problem and try to solve it and try to proceed incrementally. And that's how actually I got wrapped up in this, is I identified a problem with electrons and their description in fundamental physics. It was something about it that really I didn't like. It just didn't feel right to me. And I got wrapped up in solving that, one aspect of this big picture. I didn't go off trying to think, I'm really going to tackle this problem of coming up with a theory of everything, because you have to be somewhat of a lunatic to take that on. It's like trying to prove some theorem in mathematics that has been stagnant for hundreds of years. It's just, you're probably not going to succeed, and you'd probably just be frustrated with the attempt. You have to have a huge ego to even think about it, right? And also there's a lot of discouragement. Students are actively discouraged from tackling such problems because the professors who came before them and know a little bit more about the field know just how hard it is to make progress even on small problems, and that making progress on a huge one is just insurmountable. So they try to actively discourage their students from going into fundamental problems in physics because they haven't had success themselves. So they're trying to be protective of their students that way.